Hi everyone. Well, a very busy weekly update for you. I'm going to be talking about my recent experience of taking my layout to Europe. That was for Mob Expo 24 in Belgium. And I've had lots of questions about customs. I'll be talking more about that later. Also, I'm going to be showing you some great layouts from the Ilford and West Essex Model Railway Show, which I went to last weekend. Plus, I've got a very special bank holiday quiz. There's a little clue, don't worry. More will be revealed in just a moment. And Grumpy says he has a special clue for you. Well, goodness help us all on that one. But first, well, in a couple of weeks' time, I've been invited to my very first FREMO meeting. It's going to be in Germany, so another European trip. What's FREMO? Well, I wasn't asking you, Grumpy. It's a rhetorical question. FREMO, it stands for the Friendship of European Railway Modelers. What does it involve? Well, apparently it's something to do with running strict timetables, hundreds of layouts all connected together, following these timetables, talking on the phone to the signaller, and trying to make sure I'm dropping off my goods at the right station. All very interesting. Well, clearly I need some lessons. Well, lucky for me, David Stevens from the Crawley Model Railway Society invited me down to their open day just last weekend. And there was a FREMO layout, part of the UK FREMO group that meets in West Hoathly. The layout is called Neuhausen, and David was only too happy to help me out. Well, also luckily for me, David is an ex-airline pilot, so he knows more than a thing or two about staying calm while allowing me to take over the controls.
I fly planes too.
Yes, Grumpy. Well, I found out all about that in Belgium, didn't I? Pretty late in the day, but David, he flies the big proper jets, not that little commuter thingy that looks like a brick.
It's a Schultz 360 I fly.
Yeah, but isn't it known in the aviation world as the flying brick?
I'll just let it go.
Is that let it go or Lego?
Oh, whatever.
Okay, shall we get on with the weekly update?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so also last weekend, as I said, I was at the Ilford and West Essex Model Railway Show and I saw some fantastic layouts there. It was lovely to see Shoeburyness Model Railway Club there with this layout, Blackmore Vale. I remember seeing this at their club night just a month or so ago. This layout was destined for the skip, and the club has been lovingly restoring it to its former glory, and it's going to be appearing at their Model Railway Show in August. Also, it was fantastic to catch up with some subscribers and say hello. So it was lovely to see Derek and John. Hello. Also lovely to see Paul Barnard. Great to see you at the shows. And hi to Kirsty and her family. Also, while I was there, I was able to pick up a few bargains for my next layout. Some of you may know I'm about to start the build on my new layout, the Lady Killers. And I'm going to be doing this over the next few months. You can follow my progress here on my channel. But first of all, I saw this. This house was just £1. And if you look at the original house, Miss Wilberforce's house, I thought I could do a little bit of kit bashing here and maybe cut this house there and there, stick them back together and maybe put a fake bay window on, another one this side, move the chimneys. I don't know. It was only £1, so I don't think I can really do too much damage to it. The other thing I picked up were these two gorgeous wagons. I just love the colour of these. And these wagons are going to be quite instrumental because one of the characters, one of its famous demises is he falls off the arches into one of these wagons. And I particularly loved this colour. And colour is going to be important to this layout, just as almost the lack of colour was as important to Brief Encounter. While I was at the recent AIMREC show, none other than the comedian Paul Merton came up to me and we had a chat about Brief Encounter, but also about the Lady Killers. And he explained to me that the Lady Killers was written by a gentleman called William Rose, and he dreamed the whole plot. He woke up one morning and said to his wife, "I've just had a dream about a film from start to finish." He then went off and wrote it. And apparently that's why when you see the film The Lady Killers, which a lot of people think was filmed in black and white, is actually filmed in colour. When you look at those colours, they're very, very surreal and very dreamlike. And that's something I'm going to try and capture in this layout. But that's obviously months away from now, so we'll get there at some point over the next few weeks and months. Earlier this morning, I had my first group meeting about the layout. As you can see, all paws on deck. Bandit had his own ideas about the layout. He thinks I should have more mice. And Boo was voting for more cats and maybe a couple of bonios. Episode 1 of the layout build is coming really, really soon, so stay tuned for that. Now, who fancies a quick quiz? Where in the whole world is this miniature railway? Apparently, Grumpy has a clue for you. Go on, Grumpy, we're all ears.
All right, yeah, it's okay. The clue is it's someone like Yogi Bear would travel on this.
Well, even I'd have a hard time with that one, and I know the answer. So if you fancy yourself smarter than the average bear, Boo-Boo, then why not have a go? Place your answers in the comments below. Again, no prizes for guessing, but the satisfaction of knowing you have the right answer surely will be enough. Now, I promised you I would explain a little bit more about my recent trip to Belgium and my experience of taking a layout through customs. Now, before I went to Mob Expo, I got asked this question a lot. What about customs? Aren't you worried about taking your layout through customs to Belgium? While I was at Mob Expo, lots of people asked me if I'd had any problems. And then when I came back, same thing, lots and lots of questions from everybody about if I got stopped, if I was asked to pay for the carnet, and so on. Well, the simple answer is no. I had no problem at all taking Brief Encounter through customs. In a nutshell, what happened, I stopped at customs. I had all my paperwork ready. None of it was checked. I was asked to open the boot. And simply the questions I was asked were, wow, this is a model railway. Did you build it? Of course, yes. And is this based on World War II? And that was it. And I was waved on through. Now, simple thing is, I was driving a car. Brief Encounter fits into the back of my estate car. So I think that made a real difference. Obviously, if you're taking a van through customs, that kind of flags up a different kind of criteria there. But I did do a little bit of digging. And what I found out was this. If the value of your layout or your goods is less than £1,500, you can do something called an oral and by conduct declaration through customs. And the document itself in Part B says you can take professional equipment and goods temporarily imported for sole use at an international event, not organised for the commercial sale of the goods, such as an official sports event, an international conference, or a major film production. As I said, of course, that is for layouts and goods that are below the value of £1,500. So I leave that one for you to work out. If your layout and your goods are worth more than £1,500, then yes, you will need a carnet. If you haven't watched the Mob Expo video yet, do go and have a look. Some of the layouts were just exceptional. The standard was incredibly high, and I've had lots of comments to that effect, and I completely agree. Such a high standard of railway modelling. Do go and have a look. Speaking of model railway shows, at the end of this week, I'm at the Stamford Model Railway exhibition, organised by the Market Deeping Model Railway Club. I'm going to be bringing Brief Encounter, and also Grumpy and I will be doing some filming. So as usual, do come and say hello. It will be great to see you there. Details are on the screen right now. Do pop along and show your support, and I hope to see you there. That's it for now. Do you have anything to add, Grumpy?
Yeah, it's not a brick, it's an airliner.
See you next time. If you like this video, please do like, share, and of course subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of all my future videos. I'm Dawn Quest, and this is Model Railway Quest.